Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. We're on part 3 of the little red Golf. We still need to think of a funky name for it. I'm thinking, well, after this video and the next video, it's hopefully going to be fast. We're going to be putting a hybrid turbo on it, so I'm thinking Red Rocket? Red Turd?
Red Turd.
Something like that. Yeah. Now, I just want to say a massive thank you to all your support for this car and for this series. I know you guys are really excited. I need to say thank you to Car Vertical for sponsoring the entire series. Without them, I wouldn't have this car and I wouldn't have the hybrid turbo that's currently in the shed over there. In today's video, we are going to be removing the turbo. It is a 1998 Mark IV Golf. It has the early 1.8T AGU engine. It has a KO3 turbo and it's completely standard. In the previous video, we did some basic service parts and maintenance bits, drained the oil, changed the gaskets, changed the injector seals, which we've actually got to finish up in a second. I was planning on making this video just one big video of taking the turbo out and getting the new one in. It's not going to happen. This video is going to be too long. If you are currently standing in the same position as me with a Golf in front of you and you're going to be taking a turbo out right now, this probably isn't the best video for you. However, if you're sat in bed or sat on a sofa with a cup of tea, you're planning on doing this job in the morning, this is definitely 100% the video for you, because you can chill out, have a laugh with us, as well as learn something new. And if you're just watching this for the sake of watching something, then enjoy. We need to actually get the injector seals replaced, because in the last video they didn't turn up on time. Without further ado, let's get into this video. If you do enjoy the video, guys, please drop a like. It helps me out so much. Follow me on Instagram as well for latest updates on this car, and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go. Let's go. Got the intake manifold off with the old injector cups or seals or whatever you want to call them still inside. I say quickly, this is going to be as quick as we can. We're going to get the old injector cups out. We're going to put the new ones in. We're going to put the new gasket on, and we're going to bolt this back up so that that is done and out of the way. And then we're going to start on the turbo swap. Just got done cleaning out the insides. They're not looking great. Bit of a pain to try and remove it all, but it's a lot cleaner than it was. I'm going to slam this back in.
Come on, slam it.
Let me once and for all Google it and find out what people say. Should you use sealant on injector cups 1.8T? People seem to suggest using sealant. I don't know, if you're watching this and you've already done this and you haven't used sealant, I don't think it's the end of the world. We're going to go with what the internet says. We're going to use a thin strip all the way around. We need to actually find the new gasket for here. And you can hear that it's actually a lot cleaner now as well. So when you blow into it. Ooh, don't break it.
You need a sponsor for WD-40 or...
Yeah, I really do. Oh, that reminds me. Big thank you to today's sponsor, the whole sponsor of today's video, Car Vertical. Let me quickly take you guys for a run through of what Car Vertical is. So you want to buy a new car and you found one online that you think looks pretty decent, but how do you know if the car is actually 100% safe? That's where Car Vertical comes in. Car Vertical is a history checking system for your car. It checks over security, mileage, and if it's been in an accident. And if that hasn't been declared on the website, you're probably not going to want to buy that car. So why risk it? Check out the link in the description. It will give you a little discount off of checking the car, and it gives you peace of mind. So all you need is the reg. You put the reg in the website, it scans the complete history of it, and it gives you all the results instantly. It's super easy to use, and you're going to want that extra security before you buy the car. So why not check it out? Link is in the description. Thanks again. And guys, I hope you enjoy the video.
Do you have a toasty machine?
No, I've got a grill.
You're not putting tuna in it?
Nah, cheese and ham.
Well, you put tuna.
Have you ever tried it?
Have you? Yes, it's
No, you
disgusting. Yes, I have.
Bullshit.
I did, honestly, because our cat, Luna, when he was alive, loved tuna, and I was like, oh, I tried it, and then he threw up in my mouth. It was disgusting.
He threw up in your mouth?
It was grim.
The cat threw up in your mouth?
No. I nearly threw up in my mouth.
What, tuna?
Yes. I tried a little bit of tuna out the can. And
Who was eating it?
Luna was.
You bought a tin of tuna for your cat?
Yes. A little one, like that big.
No wonder the died.
Whoa! Nah, you have to cut that. No, you can't say that.
Nah.
Cats eat tuna, you
They eat cat food. They can eat tuna as snacks. Like, you can give it cheese, but you can't give it a whole wallop of cheese. Right, no swearing, because I can't. No, it's not that way. That does.
Fuck.
Stop! It's fucking annoying when I have to fucking censor out every fucking swear word. I got distracted by all your naughty words.
Yeah.
That's not the right way either. What's going on here? That way? That way.
Go on, get that bad boy wrong way.
Good job I got you there. It was under that way.
Yes, mate. No, mate. Yes, mate.
Right, here we go. It's going back on, and it goes on pretty easy. It's got 2 threads to go in like that. Nice and easy into the threads.
Lovely jubbly.
Lovely jabbly. Don't need any sealant on that gasket, and I know that for sure. It is now time to get onto the turbo removal. I have never done this before, Nathan has never done this before. We are first timers at taking a turbo out of a car. The guy that I was following on my phone to do all of this is kind of in not the best order. He told us to try and get to a bolt which is right down there with everything else in place first, and it just didn't make much sense. So I've kind of shuffled this video around the best way possible to try and show you guys how we went about this. So now you join me in the place where I'm going to be telling you from here how this went. Drain your oil. You can either drain your coolant now or after you've removed the downpipe, but the next step and the first step is to get to the downpipe. And to get to this, you need to be underneath the car and you need to remove 2 bolts which are holding the heat shield from the drive shaft on. I think these are 13mm bolts. That heat shield comes straight off, easy peasy. And then you have full access to the downpipe. And this is the only room you're gonna get to do this, so I don't know how we done it. Now we need to get the 4 bolts from the downpipe off. Change it up a little bit, we've got the GoPro on just because when we're underneath the car it's like impossible to get any angles with that thing. So we're using this thing and you can see outside of that at this. Alright, hopefully you can see that is what we're going for. Removing the downpipe probably took the longest amount of time to do anything in this whole turbo removal. 1 is out. How are we going to get the next 3 out?
Brute force and ignorance.
And it is an absolute pain in the arse to do this. I know these studs are known to snap, so we got really lucky. None of these studs snapped. I'd suggest trying to coat them in WD-40 the day before and just go careful with them.
Told you so. My man thinks I can't do it.
2 down, 2 to go.
2 awkward ones to go.
There's limited space, and I think we spent most of the time trying to get the right combination of ratchets and extensions and sizes and things like that just to try and get all of these bolts off. Don't know how we're going to get it back on, but it's off. And this is now where you need to make a decision. I'm going to talk a bit more about this later on because you'll see why it's kind of so important to make this decision early. You're either going to want to bring the turbo out the top or drop it through the bottom. If you're going to take it out the top, you need to take the exhaust manifold off, and that might seem like a long-winded decision. We thought the same thing, so then we thought, yeah, we'll just drop it out the bottom. However, to get the best access out the bottom, you need to make sure that the bolt right at the bottom with the bracket that holds the bottom end of the turbo on doesn't snap. This snapped for me. You'll see it later on. So make this decision. I would highly suggest just getting the exhaust manifold off. You don't need to do it now, do it later, but if you are going to go out the bottom, you need to move the exhaust back. We wasted a lot of time on this. Do you know what? I'm not even going to bother because this isn't the way that we did it. If the downpipe is disconnected from the turbo and it is out of the way and actually out of the studs, that's fine. You don't need to move the exhaust anymore. Duff is also joining us today, like always, little channel mascot. We've already got the cat disconnected. I made that joke last time, I can't say it again. Yeah, let's just do it. This is going to be a long video. This is literally going to be the peak of how hard this job gets, I think. After this is smooth sailing.
Don't say that.
No, it will be. It'll be easy once this is done. Let's just get this done. Oh, back up.
Such a needy girl.
Find the turbo. Fetch. Turbo. Over here. Get it. This is now where you need to drain your coolant. Get all the coolant out of the way because you're going to be undoing the coolant banjo bolt shortly, which I don't actually think I got any footage of undoing. So now you need to go topside and start disconnecting all of the pipes from the turbo inlet pipe. This is like the diverter valve, N75 valve, all the hoses that you can see run into like the fuel pressure regulator coming from the turbo themselves.
Doesn't actually look that bad.
Get all this disconnected out of the way and also off of the charge pipe or intercooler pipe.
This is the N75 valve. Remember which hose goes where.
It's probably easiest to do this from underneath the car. So get yourself back under the car and look for the bolt that is holding the tip to the turbo and just take that off. Because I've disconnected all of that, it all should just come out as one piece, and there's this one last pipe here. So this is a bit different to AUM because this bottom hose here, which leads up to here, instead of going around into this side, it goes all the way around there and into there. Oh! Hell.
Jesus Christ.
Where the hell did that wind come from? I'm gonna be Mary Poppins in a minute. What the hell, man? Wind it down, wind it down.
I was like, where's the shade going? Mechanic. Let's pick it up a bit more.
Yeah, I was saying that we gotta disconnect this. We're gonna have to take that off. Oh, that's only a little clamp. What's left? What's that? Nothing. We're free. We done it. That's out. Turbo inlet pipe removal DIY. That's how you do it. Come back to that later.
No.
I'm not sure. Where's my phone? For this one, we need to go underneath the car, look up towards the downpipe and where the oil feed is, and you should see it slightly on the left. Well, it's also 13mm.
What? I'm trying to work. I think he's had new brake lines down here.
So now that all your intercooler piping is out of the way, now that you've ripped half the car apart trying to get access to this bolt, now is the time to get to the bolt that I spoke about previously, the one that snapped. It's a lot easier to get everything out of the way to attack this bolt because then you can get a dead straight angle on it. If you managed to get this bolt off and it didn't snap, congratulations, you could probably get the turbo out from underneath. However, if this bolt snapped, it's not the end of the world, it just means that you're going to have to bring it up to the top. And then you're going to have to take the two bolts that hold the bracket to the engine out, as well as the snap bolt. Quite a long process, but if you're underneath the car, you can see what I mean. I'm not liking this at all. There's no part of this job so far which has been like, yeah, this feels good, we're making progress. Not at all. Update from that bolt that we couldn't get out. Tried a ugga dugga, didn't work. So then I just said, you know what, F it. I'm getting the big boy with the big extension and basically ripped that out. It got me a dead straight angle on it and turning it and it just snapped. Even after WD-40. Short break and a quick update to tell you guys where we're at because I've just been doing stuff and I feel like it's been a massive mess. So we're no longer on step 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. We're going on to step 6. We are making progress. Even though it's slow, we are making progress. This is so mentally draining. Bolts that are snapping, no room, no lighting, everything like that is hard. What we've done so far, we've detached the downpipe, we've snapped the hidden bolt that braces the lower part of the turbo. We've removed the turbo oil return at the sump, drained the coolant as well as removed the coolant line from the turbo. We have gone topside and dismantled the whole of the tip area, removed the N75 valve, diverter valve, things like that. And that's where we're at, in the middle of step 6.
Okay.
We're over halfway to getting the turbo out.
Cool. What's next?
Extract the tip from the car, that's what we've just done. Now we need to remove the heat shield blanket from the right hand side of the charge pipe. Undo the Jubilee clips on the charge pipe. So basically, we've got this stuff out of the way. We now need to get that stuff out of the way. So to get this whole thing off, I'm pretty sure it is what you see. That's the turbo. That is where the inlet pipe just came off of. So now this is going to be the hot side of the turbo, where the charge pipe runs out of. So we need to disconnect all of that stuff. So now, where am I? I'm disconnecting this pipe, getting that out of the way. Right, boys, we're going back to the other camera because this keeps falling off my head. We are getting there, we are close. Now is the time to attack the 3 bolts on top of the exhaust manifold to get the turbo off.
I think it's them 3, but that seems too simple. It doesn't add up to the others.
These are pretty simple. They look too easy, they didn't look the right thing. So yeah, it's literally the 3 bolts that you see.
Right, let's get these turbo to manifold bolts off.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough.
Snap. That sounded so satisfying.
I don't know. That really doesn't feel good.
Did you snap it?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
you
know.
wouldn't have snapped it.
I don't know. Let me just keep turning it, see what happens. Well, that one came out. They're not actually that hard to undo, are they?
They're alright. Sorry.
Right, this one's going to be a bit more awkward.
Which one?
Because there's like no room there.
Okay.
You can't even see it, can you?
No.
Does the turbo feel loose?
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does a little bit. Oh! We got it!
See that wrist action?
Yeah.
Sweet. Is that going to come off? Or have we got more
No,
bolts?
we got more stuff to do. Back under we are. Right, we're looking for a support bolt. What is that? That's loose. I'm just gonna disconnect this because it's really loose. Oh, I'm not gonna remember that bolt. But there's no way that I'm gonna remember this bolt goes into the bracket for the coolant line. On the front of the block, remove the turbo oil feed banjo from the top of the oil filter. Look out for those washers. That's our next target.
What?
That's
To
a
get the
support.
turbo off?
Yeah, that's the coolant feed, I think, which runs to that, and that goes all the way over there somewhere. So I need that 8mm. Alright, update from down here. Turbo is very loose. Nathan's topside. I'm down here.
This is the point where we are thinking we are literally moments away from having this turbo removed. There's a few little banjo bolts that we still need to remove. Just a few little niggly bits. We were just kind of wobbling it about to see what hasn't been removed yet. And we thought that this was gonna happen today until we couldn't get the turbo below the drive shaft because of that bracket that was still attached because of the snap bolt. We're this close, literally this close. There's one bolt which is stopping us from getting
The snapped bolt.
this f***ing turbo out. Right, so leading back to when I snapped this bolt, the whole bracket is loose. If you can imagine, this bracket, showing you as well, because, and you Duff, yeah. Basically, so this bracket was held on like that. The bolt went through the middle like that, yeah? The head snaps, the bracket is loose like this.
Yeah.
But we can't do that. This L-shaped bracket is basically over the drive shaft. And if that wasn't there, we could get the turbo through this way, but because that bracket's there, it's stopping it. So we thought, yeah, no worries. It's long, but we'll just undo the drive shaft, Duff. I'm coming, dinner's ready, I know. So we thought, yeah, we'll just undo the drive shaft. Went to do the hub nut, 30mm star, and whatever f***ing has been there before, or I reckon they've glued it or something.
I think you have to be like, you've got to be Dwayne The Rock Johnson to get it undone.
And you can see, look, go around here. The turbo itself is completely loose, but it won't go down because of that bracket, because the drive shaft is in the way, and because we can't drop the drive shaft, we can't get the turbo out. There is a way around it. We're gonna have to undo the exhaust manifold, which is long, but
We should have done it anyway.
we should have done it anyway.
We haven't ever done a turbo between us, so it is what it is. We will get it done. You knew this was going to be the longest one. We knew it was going to be the biggest job.
And this is why there hasn't been a video on this car for a month. Next week, exhaust manifold out and take the turbo out from the top, which means everything that we did with the exhaust,
It's pointless.
yep, is irrelevant.
We can decap the exhaust.
Yeah, might as well. If anyone's got a decal that they don't want, please let me know. Please donate me bits and parts that you don't want. I've run out of money because I spent all the money on this hybrid turbo, so I've got like £20 left. I need a decat, I need a VR6 MAF, and no, I'm not going to be taking it out of the Corrado because I want my Corrado to drive. Wishbone mounts, wishbones, new wishbones because the mount's in that fuck, and a dog bone mount.
It's one of a new car, don't you?
Yep. Lucy wants dinner, I want dinner, Nathan needs a So we'll see you guys next week. There's 12 nuts on the manifold, 6 on the top and 6 underneath. I've just gotten all the ones from the top. It's very hard to see it with the camera. I can't even see it in my eyes. You just have to feel for it and just pray that it goes in. So now I'm gonna go underneath the car. This is the dangerous bit because this is where everything falls on my face. So I'm gonna need you in a sec to hold everything up. You ready? Off she pops. Oh, it's loose!
You're a idiot, man. I swear to God.
25 minutes of me not knowing there's another bolt there. Why doesn't any website tell me that? Last nut. There it is. I'm gonna get so much shit in my eye. I'm gonna close my eyes, okay?
Okay.
Right, holding the top.
Okay.
Manifold's out, boy. Oh man, I just had a shower of nuts and bolts.
Turbo's coming.
Wait.
You have to guide me up because it's like there's no room.
I need goggles. I literally everything that's going in my eyes. Knew I'd need these one day. No, that's another banjo bolt, but we probably can undo that.
Yeah.
But the one I'm talking about is here. I think that.
Well, they'll probably both release the metal thing that's keeping it on. Alright, this will come straight out now. Oh no, don't f us up now.
Giving birth to a turbo.
Yes! Oh! It's taken us 3 weeks!
Let's have a look at this. Is there any play? There's no sideways play, which I think is good. Does anybody want to buy a KO3 turbo? We can actually end this video now. Should we order KFC first? Ladies and gentlemen, we're at that point. It is official. The engine is now naturally aspirated. The turbo is out of the car. We actually done it. As I was getting the manifold off, one of the nuts started rounding and I thought, this is it. This is literally it. We come this far, all to get done by a nut. This started rounding on the outside. We managed to get it out with one of the sockets, which is like a claw kind of, innit? So it basically just gripped it, which meant that the manifold came out. I thought there was 12 bolts, 12 nuts. There's actually 13. I was getting a bit upset as to why it wasn't coming off, but there was a hidden bolt. These are the 3 bolts where the turbo is bolted into. Turbo goes on this side. So yeah, that is it. It's a tiny exhaust manifold. This is the standard KO3 turbo that came straight out of the car. If anyone needs a new turbo, give me a shout. If I've still got it available, you can just take it. This here is an L plate I was talking about, and this bit, the drive shaft was like here, so it just wouldn't come down. That is where the bolt head snapped clean off. So unfortunately, I'm either gonna have to drill this out to get this, or find a new plate and a new bolt. Let me go and grab the new hybrid turbo, and we'll do some comparisons. It's almost exactly the same. It is identical. There's no marks on it though to suggest where it's actually been made. I was told it's by Turbo Dynamics or something like that. The only real hint is it's a little bit cleaner. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy watching, please drop a like. It really helps me out just knowing and seeing the numbers of what type of videos you guys like. Big thanks to Car Vertical once again for all of this, because without them this wouldn't be possible. In the next video we are going to be getting that turbo back in the car, hopefully with some success. And there's quite a few things that we need to do before even doing that. So yeah, thank you for watching guys. Thanks to Nathan for helping me out. Follow him on Instagram. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram, then my @ is BWTV. I've got some new merch coming out very soon, which I'm so excited to show you guys. I'm just waiting for it to turn up. But yeah, so excited because it's completely different to what I had last time, and I think you guys are going to love it, especially if you like your Mark IVs. Okay, cool. Right, I think that's everything. We're also going to do this podcast that I promised you guys, and it's been a while just because I've just been trying to get this turbo done, but once this turbo's on, the next video after that is going to be the podcast. So drop your questions in the comments below, message me on Instagram, just make it clear it's for the podcast. Cool, podcast coming out soon, we're going to set it up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week hopefully. Fingers crossed it doesn't get delayed anymore. Sweet. Bye! Get a nice scenic shot, pan it to the car, then I'll walk in.
I'm not good at scenic shots like you are.
Let's show you how it's done.
Hey, go on then.
Right, go on, you pretend to be me. You heard roughly what I was going to say, so just...
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to be removing...
You saying I talk like that?
Today we're going to be removing a turbo from a 1.8 turbo. We've never done this before, so it's going to be really, really difficult. Enjoy the video, make sure you have a cup of tea. A biscuit or two, and enjoy the video. Bye.